Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Blessings. I wanted to hop on today just to share and be transparent with everyone. You know, as I'm on a journey with the Lord, right? And the Holy Spirit teaches and he shows us all truth. He teaches us what we need to know, right? He also gives us wisdom about certain things, wisdom, knowledge and understanding. And one thing I want to talk about today is the process of uncovering yourself, right? Uncovering and taking off the mask that this world either has taught you or you somehow, some way learned to put it on. And that mask some ways sometimes show up as you dressing up, makeup, the glam life, right? Um, and it leads into vanity, where everything's about you looking good, sounding good, and nothing's about God, right? Everything is about you and being dressed up. But God takes you through a uncovering of yourself and being wrapped up in self and your beauty, and he starts to beautify you from the inside out. And that's the process that the Lord began to take me on some time ago, um, when I surrendered, when I was able to sit down and really say, I don't know what I'm doing. In fact, when I did that, I started really understanding and seeing just how insecure and where this insecurity came from and why I dressed up. I mean, it was bad. It was to the point some people that may know me, they can probably testify to this. It was bad to the point when I was younger. If I had one strand of hair sticking up from my natural hair, I will pluck it out. I will pull it out because everything had to lay down, right? And that's just a form of trying to be perfect. And I know everyone, thinks that being a perfectionist is good and stuff like that. But it's something to be even looked into behind the life of a perfectionist, right? And so with that came vanity, unknowing vanity. Being wrapped up in self, wanting to always look good, and now today, excuse me, I can say that the Lord has truly transformed me. It's no longer about how I look on the outside, but it's about, how I look on the inside. How is my heart? How is my heart? Is my heart clean? Is it pure, right? Am I harboring things in there? Because God looks at the heart, not the outer appearance. And so I can honestly say that yes, I dress to look decent, but let me say my energy is not being put in looking good and looking my best, right? Because I learned that draws the attention from God and onto you, and I want the attention to be on God and not me. And every time I go forth in front of people, I have to remind myself it's not about me. If I'm not getting any applaud or if I'm not getting people agreeing with me, I have to remind myself, stand firm, because this is not a you thing. It's about God. God gets all the glory. And so I just thank God for the purification process, right? Um, because now I'm confident in who I am. And no, it has nothing to do with clothing, materialistic things. Um, those things are a blessing, but sometimes those things can really rule over people when God created us to rule over them, the material things. It's just a little add-on. It's just a plus, right? But if you had no material, the materialistic things that you're so used to, would you be okay? Would you still serve God, right? In spirit and in truth. Would you still see him as that provider, because God gives us what we need when we need it. And God is so faithful. The Lord is so faithful in teaching us, according to his will and his purpose, and training us up for the very purpose he created us for, right? We're one body, many parts. So we all have a part in this body, and learning how to flow together. But I'm getting off topic, but needless to say, the process has been crushing but necessary. It was crushing when I had to face myself in the mirror, and I felt like I was the most I'm going to say this. I thought I looked like a boy, right? I thought I looked like a man, because that's what was in my mind. For some reason, I thought I looked like a guy. I thought I was ugly. So my natural response was to try to make myself pretty by dressing up, right? And so I say this to say, you can be the most dressed up person in the room. That don't mean you have the confidence. And actually, somehow, in some way, sooner or later, your insecurity will shine through. It will come through if you do not deal with it. If you do not sit down and allow the Lord to deal with your hurt, right? To deal with those things you keep hidden and tucked away, and you dress it up on the outside. You put that mask on. And one thing I believe the Lord has taught me, and I always tell people when the opportunity presents itself, that we have to learn to take off the mask and get real with God, and get real with ourselves. We have to be real with ourselves. We have to be real. And in turn, we can be real when we go into the secret place with the Father. It don't have to be rehearsed prayers. It can be from your heart. What you're really going through right now, and asking the Lord to help you in those areas. And so I'm just confident. I'm confident in who I am in the Lord. I'm confident because I know he's perfecting that thing concerning me, and I rest in that, and I stand on that, and I allow no one to cross those boundaries, and I won't allow it. And so I just want us to examine ourselves, reflect on yourself. Are you wearing a mask? Are you covered up? The reason why you do the things you do, right? In your beautification process. Is it stem from insecurity? I mean, this is a real question, because I had to go there. I had to deal with self. I had to learn how to look at self in the mirror and be healed, right? And be beautified and purified on the inside, instead of dressing up and beautifying the outside, because it can be a facade, right? And the only one you trick at the end is yourself. When you have to go home and feel that hurt and pain, when you have to go home and look in the mirror and feel disgusted at seeing yourself, right? And so I just wanted to hop on and share. Like I said, I wanted to be transparent, because the process is it's not easy, but it's necessary. And I'm into doing the necessary things, not the things I want to do or feel like doing. If it's necessary, if God has called me to do it, I'm going to do it, even if it hurts. And so I pray that you all be encouraged, and have a blessed day.